Good morning to you. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. It's finally Friday. Looks like we might have a somewhat of a dry weekend, a bit hot, but hey, that's Houston summer. It's the 23rd of July, and Frank Cooper is my co-host on this Friday morning. Frank, good morning to you.
Hey, from now on, guys, I just need y'all to call me the Schwam, the soothsayer, the fortune teller extraordinaire. Hey guys, y'all making your best for the NFL season, man. I got you over here, man. I got you over here. Am I allowed to say that?
But we got to stay away from the betting thing, though. Okay. I know that's something you enjoy to do, but we can't talk about that much. Frank is actually alluding to the fact that he correctly picked the final NBA Finals teams and the champions. So he's going to gloat a bit today because it's the first time we've been on the show together since the championship was won by the Milwaukee Bucks, if you can believe that.
Hey man, Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, man. You think he said, "Hey man, I'm kind of a good artist. You know, I'm kind of a good artist." No, he gloated. You know what I'm saying? That was history.
Gloated. That's exactly right.
And not only did I get it right, I got the game within the game. How many games it took?
I know. Yeah, you were right on. You were right on. So hopefully you're a millionaire because of that, and you were in Vegas the last week betting. But we digress. Let's go. We'll talk sports later in the show. And hey, the Cleveland Indians have a new name. We'll talk about that later. Frank, you want to remind everybody where they can watch the show?
Absolutely. So we're on 5 days a week on plenty of new platforms now, including TV. So we're on HCCTV, 12 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. We're also on YouTube. YouTube Live is going on right now. But to watch rewinds of this episode or other episodes, you can hit the notification bell on YouTube, HCC Up to the Minute. We're also on Facebook Live as well. We're on LinkedIn too, and other social media platforms. So let's grow the show.
That's right. Okay, Frank, stick around. We'll check in with you in a little while. We've got two special guests. One of them is Quincy Henderson. He is a career services specialist, and he's based out of HCC Southeast College. Good morning, Quincy. How are you?
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
We are doing great here. We're looking forward to hearing about the career services. I imagine you guys are back on campuses, and I understand you've got some job fairs coming up. So stick around, grab a cup of coffee. We'll be with you shortly. All right, we're going to kick things off. It's Film Fridays, and we've got a very special guest. Fatima Hye is a filmmaker with Black Revel Productions. She's also an HCC adjunct instructor, and she's our Film Friday guest. Good morning to you, Fatima. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine.
Good to see you on the show. First off, we always love talking to one of our guests, especially an adjunct. Tell me about what the courses you teach at HCC, and then we'll get into your filmmaking.
I actually teach, I teach for Sanjak and HCC because I'm an adjunct, and I teach both philosophy and humanities.
Okay, and you are also involved with HCC's, or you're familiar with HCC's film department?
Yes, I am. I'm friends with some of the people that work there in that department, some of the filmmakers, and I've seen the facilities at the A-Leaf campus, and they're amazing.
Yeah, they've got an amazing studio out there at A-Leaf. Some nice toys to play with out there. How did you get into the film industry, Fatima?
So it was just something that I guess years later in my life, I just kind of came back to. And I happened to be going to college at the same time. So I didn't major in films or film studies or anything. I actually majored in philosophy, but I took some media production classes at University of Houston, and just to kind of get more of the technical side of it up. And then I was just making films. So that's actually how I got into it, is making them and taking some production classes.
Tell us a bit about Black Revel Productions. What is it, and what type of films do you produce?
Yeah, so that's just an outlet for my own films. So the kind of stuff I do, obviously, because I have a background in philosophy, a lot of them are very philosophical. They usually start with an idea and something that I just want to explore that I thought was interesting. And a lot of them are, I guess, more on the edgy side. I like I like to challenge things and look at things in a different way. Some of them are kind of genre
right
pieces too.
You have looked up some of the titles: Surveillance Girl, Animalium, which played at a film festival, and is it available online streaming?
Yeah, that's actually available on Tubi. So if you don't know what Tubi is, it's an ad-based platform. So you could see it on your TV or wherever it's free, but there's ads.
Do you prefer making short films or feature-length films?
That's a good question. When I first started, obviously I started with shorts, and then as a filmmaker, I think especially when you're younger, you feel like you need to get into features. And I did one feature, but then because of COVID, when we were all in lockdown, I had 3 ideas that I wanted to do, and I kind of went back to the short form. And I found that I'm very refreshed in that. Like, it's like with all the experience I had coming to a short film, the way I handled it was different,
And you also have a current project. Tell us a bit about that in the title of it.
Yeah, okay, so the current project I'm working on is Cryptic Triptych. So like I said, I think even the title kind of exemplifies the type of stuff I do. A lot of it's actually classical, like even the last film I did, I used classical music for it, even though it was a psychological horror. So this, triptych is 3 pieces of art. So it's going to be 3 pieces. It's an art horror anthology. And it just contains like a few different ideas. So one has to do with the Pygmalion myth as relates to AI. Another one's just like a psychological horror, more standard. And then there's one that's kind of a period piece.
With platforms like Tubi and I know Shudder's out there, and there seems to be a lot more venues where filmmakers can get their movies out there. Is that good? Is that helpful in the industry now, or is that do you think there are just too many places out there? How does that work with you? How do you feel about it?
I think it's always good because, first of all, there's so many more filmmakers and there's so much more content being produced. So I think you do need as many outlets as you can get onto. But yes, the audiences are much more fragmented nowadays and everything's so niche. So I figure eventually what's going to happen is just like with the cable channels where you had like 500 cable channels where you have those packages. So I feel like, people are going to have those package streaming, you can bundle these things and get some of that out.
Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head, because when you think about it, you get, say you subscribe to Shudder and then you have HBO Max and a couple of others. You could be spending $50 to $60 a month just on subscription services on top of cable bills. They're going to have to figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a question,
tell me,
Todd.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, great talking to you. I have a quick question for you. With you being a writer, a creator of media content, director, do you see it as a great advantage to have multiple streaming platforms for TV shows and movies? So does it kind of expand the scope as far as career opportunities for young directors and writers like yourself?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because everyone's not going to know the same people or have the same contacts. So whenever you do get onto one, it's just your chances of getting onto others are better. So I think the more that there are, and each of the platforms themselves are trying to reach different audiences. So Shudder's trying to reach a certain one, Hulu, and the bigger ones. But then there's also the niche ones that are trying to get a specific group of people. And there's different styles. I find personally that ad-based is, I feel like they're catching on. The ad-based, people just unfortunately they don't want to pay for movies. So the ad-based stuff is actually paying off more, and I see a lot more like top movies on YouTube that, before they wouldn't put the good ones on for free. They would only put like some of the smaller ones. But now I think they're seeing people just want to see the movies for free, and they don't mind having ads there. They can do it.
Absolutely.
Is it easier with all these platforms out there, Fatima? Is it easier to monetize the films and to make a profit, or to at least pay for the production? Does that make it easier for you, or does it make it harder?
No, it does make it easier now. I don't have that much experience in terms of like, I haven't made a ton myself, but I know other filmmakers who have, because they really do treat it like a business. For example, a lot of them do put in marketing money, and they just buy like the advertisements and the social media and stuff. They have people manage that. For me, like I said, it's been a small success. Before it used to be like dollars and cents. And for the first time, I've gotten a little bit more. And again, it's from the ad-based model. That seems to be a good one.
We're talking with Fatima Hye. She is an adjunct professor here at HCC, and she's also a filmmaker. Got a horror anthology coming out. Fatima, if people want to learn more about your anthology, or if they'd like to see it, where can they do so?
So I have the website, which is Black Revel, REVELV like Victor. .com. So, you can send me an email, info, all the stuff is there, the email forms, and even all the social media links are there. I update pretty frequently. So,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that link in our social media post of the show. Fatima, thanks for being here today.
And Fatima, one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing, Fatima. If you need a black lead in your horror movies, I'm your guy. Just promise not to kill me in the beginning of the movie. That's all I have.
Okay. Actually, I was surprised we got like about 600 cast and crew apps for this project. And I was really overwhelmed. And many are even from out of state and stuff. So crew is set. Casting, we're finalizing this week. But definitely we can keep in touch because I'm always doing stuff. Like for the lockdown, I did 3 projects. So this is the third of the 3 projects. So I'm always doing stuff. So let's keep in contact.
Frank has a body of work that's available on our YouTube channel for HCCTV, and he's done some really incredible stuff. You played Darth Vader's son at one point, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I played Darth Vader's son.
Yeah. You played that, and then you also had the lead role in French Fry Friday or something like that.
Went viral. It did.
Yeah. Incredible stuff. Yeah. Fatima, thanks for being here on the show. We hope to see you again soon. Good luck on your films.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. We are going to move on to our HCC guest, Quincy Henderson. He's a career service specialist at HCC Southeast. Quincy, welcome to the show. Our students are heading back to campuses. Are you guys back on campuses yourselves? Do you take appointments in person? Can people schedule an appointment to come see you for career advice?
Right now, Todd, yes. We are slowly but surely opening back up. Everything is coming back to the campus. We're taking appointments. We're making sure students can come in and talk with us. We have an open door policy and an appointment thing, so we can have the students come in. They're more than welcome to come see us at any time, at any point on campus.
And you also, with things ramping up once again, I know you guys have some things going on with career fairs. Maybe you can tell us about ones that are coming up.
Yes, sir, Todd, because we have a career fair. Our first career fair back will be August 4th career fair. It's for our welders, and this is going to be our first one opening back up on campus, and we're very excited about it. We're going to have some great employers for our welders to come in and look at these employers. And then we also are going to have another career fair on the 13th of October for logistics.
You mentioned 2 careers there that are hot right now. Logistics, you need to get products and services to different places, and logistics is all about that. But welding itself, boy, we just can't get enough welders in the city of Houston with the construction, pipe fitting, all types of welding transfers across many different careers or many different disciplines, not just for construction or not just for the oil industry.
Correct. A growing city needs growing welders, and we have all the tools in this city for a welder to be a productive part of that society. We just need the welders to come in and pick up the jobs that we have for them. They're out there, and these employers are looking. They are looking extensively for great welders, and HCC has a great pool of talent to pull from.
Yeah, we can get you trained pretty quickly in the welding program. We've got many levels of certifications, and I know they're also included in our fast track training program. So if you go to hccs.edu/fast-track, you can take a look at the welding courses that are available there. All your tuition's paid for through grants for that program, so you might want to check it out. You guys, Quincy, also have something coming up called Wonderful Wednesday. What's that all about?
Wonderful Wednesday. And it has nothing to do with a camel, but it's great. We have employers that come out, and the employers come out and they set up a booth at the campuses, and they come out and they talk to their potential employees. They talk to them and coach them up on things that they want, working with our community and working in our community. One of our major sponsors of this is Nike. Nike has come out on several occasions to the campuses to find potential employees for their, different retail brands across the city.
Nike, that's pretty cool. What about, I know you guys got to have a district career fair that's coming up in the fall. That's a pretty big event. It's going to be district wide.
Yes, that will be our district-wide career fair. That's where all the campuses will be, will just come together for a giant career fair. Now, this one is, we're gonna have to monitor this one because we're gonna have to follow CDC guidelines because those guidelines are ever changing. And if need be, we do plan on having that virtual, or it's gonna be either a hybrid or virtual. But like I said, it's going to be monitored by the CDC guidelines going forward because it's such a large career fair. And we want to make sure everyone is safe and feel comfortable coming to our career fair.
So that's happening October the 6th. October the 13th is the Logistics and Business Career Fair. What can people expect out of that? Logistics, I know it's a hot career, but what type of positions are you going to be looking at that might be available at this career fair?
For the Logistics Career Fair, it's across the board. It's across the board with logistics and business management. We're looking because that's a growing industry right now. That is a very growing industry, especially when everyone was staying at home. Product has to be moved, and it has to be moved in a certain fashion. So they have to look forward to the major players in the game when it comes to moving product, Amazon, the FedEx, all those companies, they will have a hand in our career fair when it comes to that logistics career fair.
If you're a student attending these career fairs, number one, the employers are looking to hire people. Should you be dressed in a suit like you're doing an interview that day? Will you get your first interview that day? What are you suggesting for students? Should they come with physical resumes in their hand? What should they do to prepare?
The old adage, come dressed to impress. You want to put your best foot forward. Whether it's looking dressed to the nines, we're not saying we want you dressed in your Sunday's best. It's hot. It's Houston. It's hot, and even in October, it's hot. But we want you to come dressed professionally. Come dressed to a way that you can understand that an employer will want to see your best foot forward. We also have seminars that we partner with Career Gear, and they come out and they help our men dress. And we also partner with Dress for Success and show them how the proper ways to dress for events, whether it be on the spot interviewing or where if you have an interview further out, they will give you the tools that you need to dress properly for an interview or for a career fair.
Do you also assist students with preparing their resumes as well?
That is a thing that we do on a daily basis. We do that on a daily basis. We talk to students about what they need to do to present their soft skills. And so the resume is one of those things that shows a snapshot of your soft skills. And we want to make sure that the students understand that the resume gets your foot in the door. And then also after that, we work with them on their personality to get them into the office. So that's what we work on, but we work on resumes daily. We work with students all the time with their resumes, but it's just only a snapshot of what gets you employed.
And students, if you haven't done so already, make sure you register with Career Hub, because I know, Quincy, we've had James Mabel on here many times talking about Career Hub. That's a service that's available to our students. It's free, but you need to register for it. And that more or less has all the jobs that are available and all the tips that you're talking about today.
Yes, Todd. Yes. The Career Hub is a wonderful tool that we use. And like I said, all the students, it's available to them 100% free out the gate. All we need them to do is log in, and you can upload your resume, find potential employers, and also something that students don't realize, they can look for internships on the Career Hub. If their majors are looking for them to looking for an internship, they can go on the Career Hub and find that as well.
Yep. Cool. We've been talking with Quincy Henderson, Career Services Specialist at HCC Southeast. Some takeaways here. Yes, we are open for business at HCC, and our Career Services Specialists are available to meet with you in person, and you can make an appointment to do so, to meet with Quincy or some of his colleagues. Quincy, if someone wants to get a hold of you for advice for this, what's the best way to do so? Do they contact you through Career Hub? How do they get a hold of your services?
Well, they can walk into any one of their local career services on the nearest campus. Also, the Career Hub, we do take appointments through the Career Hub. And also just if you go onto the HCC website, there are ways that you can find all the career services locations in the HCC system.
We'll put a link in our social media post so folks can get to the Career Services page directly. Thanks for being here, Quincy. Good luck on the campuses and with all the events you guys have scheduled in the fall.
Thank you, Tyler. Frank, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Frank Cooper, better known as the Swami here. He makes all the predictions. And if you need predictions for sports events and the winners of teams, Frank is the guy to talk to. But Frank, before we talk about that, we've got a few things we want to bring up for our students. Some announcements. Undecided in Career Exploration Workshop. That's happening, looks like today.
Absolutely. So students who are undecided about a major or want to find ways to explore different career options can consider this workshop. So it's today at 11:45 a.m. We will have the link to register in our post right after the show. So be patient, guys. I'll put it in there as soon as the show's over with.
Okay, work study students, work study. That's right. It's part of your financial aid package. You don't have to pay it back. You actually work for the money at HCC and other areas. HCC job fairs not only put you in the same room as organizational partners looking for work study students, but they give you the opportunity to interview and begin the onboarding process that very day. The next one is happening next Wednesday, July the 28th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at HCC Central. You can use the QR code on the district's Facebook page to register. It's a great program. We hire a lot of work study students that work for HCCTV, so they do lead to real jobs. We've also got something going on with the Holocaust Museum, Frank.
Absolutely. So 2 HCC artists are in the Holocaust Museum juried exposition on resistance, on its ramifications in the visual arts. So HCC art instructor Angela Castellian and recent HCC associates graduate Jacques Garcia are both in the show. So that's now through September 2021. We'll also have that link in our post after the show.
HCC's Office of Institutional Equity is reminding us that help and resources are available for intimate partner violence, awareness, and prevention. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse of any kind, consider these statistics. 1 in 4 women or 1 in 4 men have experienced physical or sexual violence or abuse. Over 43 million women and 38 million men have experienced aggression and psychological abuse. We have a website to get more information. You can visit hccs.edu/aware. We'll have that link in the social media post for the show. We were talking about the fast track training program earlier, Frank. That program's open. And guess what, folks? These courses, all the tuition's paid for through grants.
All these training programs that you can get in and out into a high demand job immediately. So if you qualify, they could be free, of course. So jobs include everything from air conditioning to cybersecurity to logistics to welding. So go to our website and search fast track training or the link in our post.
Hey kids, fall registration is underway. You can still register for the fall. Now's the time to do so, because if you register for the fall, you want to make sure you fill out the application for financial aid and all that stuff. We've got a lot of money for our students for this fall. $56 million, as a matter of fact, given by the government to fund student tuition in the fall. So there's no excuse for not signing up early. We have 5 ways to learn. If you're liking the online learning, we've got online anytime and online on a schedule, where you literally log in, take your courses either at a scheduled time or do it at your leisure. Hybrid lab, that's a mixture of in-person and online instruction, and also hybrid courses. Those are 2 options. In in-person classes, we have a number of students who are on HCC campuses this summer for both of our summer sessions. In the fall, we'll have about 60% of our courses back on campuses. Now, the classes are going to be very small, following CDC guidelines. And if you want the right professor, if you want to make sure you have the right time, the campus you want to take the course, you need to register early. You can go to one website to do so. It's hccs.edu/now. Register today, register early, and let us handle the finances for the fall. We've got lots of options to do so. Don't let finances stop you from registering at Houston Community College this fall. Okay, before we get to next week's guests, Frank has a little bit of gloating because not long ago, Frank, I believe we were talking about the NBA championship, and the Bucks were down 0-2, right?
Absolutely.
And Frank said, oh, they just need to win 4 in a row. And it's like, 4 in a row, that's not going to happen.
All right. Good setup, Todd.
So Frank's going to play a clip of that day. Here we go.
Come on, play.
We got to have some music playing in the background while it's technical.
You've been keeping up with the NBA Finals because you picked the two teams at the beginning of the the beginning of the playoff season.
I did. I had Phoenix, Milwaukee in the finals. I had Milwaukee winning it though. Right now it doesn't look good. But you know what? There's been a lot of 2-0 leads in this postseason, and a lot of 2-0 leads blown in this postseason. So game 3 and 4 being Milwaukee starting tomorrow. So, you know, I still think Milwaukee has a chance to win the series. I still have Milwaukee in 6. They just got to get some more production from Middleton and Drew Holiday. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he had 40 points yesterday, but he had 20 points in the third quarter, but he had no help.
So there you go. Frank made his bold prediction.
Milwaukee in 6, you're still going with that? That means they have to win 4 straight?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, folks. So there we go. Frank made the prediction. Milwaukee in 6, and Milwaukee did do it. It's their first championship in since the Middle Ages. They haven't
1971. Kareem and Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, it's so a lot of partying happening in Milwaukee. So that was one. Are you going to go out on a limb and say who's going to make it to the Super Bowl this year?
I don't make much predictions to after training camp because you got to take account for injuries.
Okay. Yeah, all that.
Somebody might get benched. Yeah, so I like to wait until week 3 of the preseason because then rosters tend to form out at that point. Guys get cut, guys who get hurt, so you have a better idea.
Got a little bit more research to do before he makes bold prediction. Okay, we're running out of time. Real quickly, the Cleveland Indians changed their name. They're now the Cleveland Guardians. Yes, it's true. Look on their Twitter page. They made an announcement earlier today. Frank, we're going to have to wrap up the show. On Monday, we've got some special guests, including Music Mondays with a band called Dress. So make sure you check that out. Frank, you'll be here next week?
Absolutely. Won't miss it for the world.
All right, folks. Tune in next week. See what predictions he has. We'll be back. I'll be back end of next week. Meanwhile, Dr. Tony will be here on Monday. We'll see you live 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.